in Peter, it talks about, 1 Peter chapter 2, it talks about how that we're called to be a holy people, a royal priesthood, called to offer spiritual sacrifices unto God. How many remember that verse? Everybody say spiritual sacrifices. Say it again, spiritual sacrifices. Have you ever wondered what a spiritual sacrifice is? I want to help you with it. I'm going to explain to you what Jesus said it is. It's found in Matthew chapter 25. I'm going to read now from the Message version. I hope they've queued that up for us in the media. The Message version of Matthew 25 and 34. The king will say to those, this is that day, you know, when we go and get to stand before him. This is that day. Okay? This is the day that I explained to you that I'll stand there with you and we will give an account. And here's how it goes. The king will say to, and by the way, this is in red if you have a red letter. This is Jesus speaking. I didn't make this up. The king will say to those on his right, enter, you who are blessed by my Father. Take what's coming to you in this kingdom. Hey, Jesus said, whatever you leave and whatever you give up from me in this life, you'll reap 100-fold. This is what he's talking about. He said, take what's coming to you in this kingdom. It's been ready for you since the world's foundation. God's got your stuff already laid up for you. And here's why, verse 35. I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty. I'm talking about spiritual sacrifices. Look, it's not spiritual sacrifice the way I define it. It's spiritual sacrifices according to the way Jesus sees it. Does that make sense? So don't look at me and go, well, that don't look spiritual to me. Take that up with God. This is what he said. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was homeless. You gave me a room. I was shivering and you gave me clothes. I was sick and you stopped to visit. I was in prison and you came to me. And then those sheep are going to say, Master, what are you talking about? When did we ever see you hungry and feed you and thirsty and give you a drink? Look here, I just want to stop and say, these were people that Jesus had pastored for a couple of 3 years, and they still were struggling with the mission. Look at their question. You can tell they're struggling, or they would have never asked this question. Right? They said, when did we see you like that? Look, the Bible said that the earth and its fullness thereof belongs to the Lord. Let me help you with that. That means every person that you see, every person, every single person that you see belongs to God. They're his creation. No one else made them. Who do you think made them? You think they just were, that they're the ones that came from the tadpole and evolved? No. You got to understand, you see, when you understand the mission, you'll look at people differently. Everyone you look at, you will realize, hey, there's one. There's one. No matter what color they are. It doesn't matter what their socioeconomic background is. It doesn't matter what their life story or preferences are. It doesn't matter. They're his. And we are to reconcile them to him. And sometimes it starts with something as simple as giving somebody a meal. So this week, this past Monday, I was in my marketplace, the business that's called us to pastor them all day on Mondays, teach their executives and work with their employees. And one of the employees told me, he said, I used to think I was a pretty good Christian. He said, I had quite a bit of spiritual narcissism. He said, I thought I was all that in a bag of chips, maybe two. And he said, I saw a man on the corner one day and he had a sign that said, I'm hungry. I'd like something to eat or give me $2 or whatever his sign said. And he thought, I'm just really going to go above and beyond. And I'm just going to pick this guy up and I'm going to see if he wants to go to McDonald's and eat. And he said, I'm going to sit down and eat with him. I'm going to really be spiritual. He asked the man if he wanted to go, and the man said, sure, I'd be very grateful and be very thankful. He took the man to McDonald's and sat down with him. And he said, for the next hour, the homeless, hungry man showed me more of Jesus than I'd ever seen in all of my life. He said, it put me in my place. He said, it was like eating with Jesus. That's good stuff.